Hi, friends. Hello. I don't know how many people I'm going to have today, but hi there. It is a Saturday. I'm a little tired today. Anybody else feeling drained after this week? I don't know. It's been a weird, and I keep saying that. This year has been already kind of off, and most of my weeks have been weird. I leave the week feeling just like, ugh. So because of that, and because I feel like every time I set myself goals, everything just gets skewed. So I was like, you know what? I have a day to myself today, and we're going to, you know, do it up. So we're going to be here. Hello, Adam. Welcome. So this is probably going to be a very minimal talking stream. I would like to be productive. Hold on one second. So as I am doing this, just so you guys know too, my dog Suki just had surgery yesterday. So I do have to keep an eye on her. So at any point, if I mute myself or I have to go off camera, it's probably just making sure she's not licking her incision site and she has to go to the bathroom or something like that. She's been mostly sleepy, but right now she's had a little bit of energy. So if that happens, my apologies, but I'm a dog mom. I have to take care of her first. So yeah, so let's jump into things. As I was trying to say, it's probably gonna be minimal talking. I want to be productive. I haven't got to work on my dark fantasy in a little bit of time, and I'm hoping to get some good work done today. I'm on chapter 23 out of unknown chapters, and I don't know how long this book is gonna be, but I'm at 50,000 words right now, and I'm still mid act two, I would say. So just to kind of throw it out there, I'm hoping to get maybe 23 and maybe 24, depending on how I flow. I just took down a lot of notes this week about things to keep in mind and some stuff that my critique partners have pointed out to me so I can bring back. So it's been a productive week in some ways, but not writing words. So yeah, so what are you guys doing today? Hi Danny, how are you? Joanne, welcome. Yes, thank you. I hope so too. So far, she's been doing good, but like I said, it's just been making sure she doesn't get an infection from doing anything. Yesterday she was really loopy and I was worried, but she was just coming off anesthesia, so it's pretty normal. So today she's much better, but mostly just sleepy. So hopefully she does have a speedy recovery. And thank you. Yes, any kind of mom jobs, animal mom, human moms, I think anybody should get a pass for that. SS, hello, welcome. Gonna start outlining my pirate romance before it's lunchtime. Yeah, I might also at some point utilize a sprint to eat lunch because I didn't think about the fact that I was gonna start this at noon, and this is when I normally eat. So I may be grabbing some food at some point during this stream too. But I hope you have an amazing lunch. And thank you. Yeah, she'll get there, but just way of life. So she's just a little snuggle bug. That's why I've been putting her blanket out, and she's mostly just been sleeping with me all day. So I have to get the timer up. So what are you guys feeling as far as times go? I usually love to do a 25, 30-minute. We could do a warm-up sprint if people want. I don't know. You guys tell me what times we want. I'll let you guys be the deciding factor. Adam, you are 3 out of 4 screenplays drafted, and the fourth one is just tough because I've got to write it. Oh, I love poetry, so that's up my alley, but I could see how that might be difficult when you're trying to make that into a screenplay. I have no experience with screenplays, so I can't really help you with that. Oh, look at her. She might steal the show today, actually. Hey, I mean, you can't get anywhere if you don't make a try at it. So, I mean, just do it, see how it goes. Any timers. Okay. So I'm going to say then let's do 30 minutes if that's cool with everybody. I think that way we can get a decent amount done and I could get in the flow. And then if people are like eating lunch or doing other things, they still have enough time to jump in. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to put 30 minutes up and we are going to jump right into it because I don't want to waste time. Let's see. Share. How did I do? Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go. Not super rusty. Aramis. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. So hello. And yes, my puppy definitely is a spotlight stealer for sure. The other one is as well, but she's downstairs right now. We're trying to keep them apart just so they don't try to play with each other and because I don't want her to hurt herself. But they're both very cute. And I mean, I love some beta reader feedback because if you just popped in, I just said the same thing that this week I was going through my critique partner stuff and there was a couple things that they noted that I was like, oh, I need to bring this back in the end. And I would have definitely forgotten it this round. So beta reader feedback is so important. Making a try, 30 minutes ought to work well. Perfect. Okay, so with that said, good luck to everybody on this first sprint. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and we will see you guys in 30. All right. Did that wake anybody up? Because that was certainly loud in my on my end over here. Oh my goodness. So how did everyone do that round? I do have the puppy, by the way, just know she's over here now. I put this out for Aria, and Aria decided to leave me, which is normal. So Suki just moved to the other blanket that I had set out. So yeah. I'm gonna check in with the comments in a second, but I was not keeping track of my word count. That was poor on my factor to give you guys, but I did write a couple hundred words at least. I'm not exactly sure where I started, but I am up to 49,600 some, and I was definitely closer to just regular 49,000. But I had to kind of fact check a little bit before I got into the story again. I have the one brother that I have is like a terrible person and is gross. And my main character, because she's a mermaid, is just fantasizing like wanting to eat him to like just end him because she hates him. And that's the scene I'm writing right now, and it's kind of fun. So still in chapter 23. I don't know how many words I actually wrote, but we're getting somewhere today. So let's see. I know I had a few people join us, and I know that Kyle had joined us. And Kyle, I just want to say too, I know I said in the comments, but I am really sorry for your losses. Puppies and dogs, no matter what their age, they're part of our families. And I know my older dog is going to be 9 next month, and that always brings up a lot of like fears in me. I know Adam said something else about a cat too, and as they get older, it's just harder too because the time is limited. But it's even worse when things are just not expected. So I wish you well, and I hope that you are able to grieve, and just my heart is with you. As far as everyone else goes, let's see. Megan popped in. Megan, hello, and you're working on your newsletter today, which is awesome. I have no idea what goes in newsletters because everyone's so different, but I hope that you kind of figure out what you're going to work on, and that will help during the sprints to get that going. Danny woke up my cats. Yeah, I was actually wondering too if it was going to wake up the puppy, but I don't think she flinched, but it did scare me a little bit. Aram, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I'm probably going to butcher this name. Aramis or Aramis, or am I not even saying that? I'm going to say Aramis, but please let me know if it's a different way. Aramis, you are currently working on the first 5 chapters, which is awesome. Courtney, hello, my friend. Joined with 10 minutes left on the clock. Excited for sprints? Yes. I have not, right now, I don't have an end time. I just want to make good progress because it's been a while since I've been in a good writing flow. So I'm expecting a couple more 30-minute sprints at least. Danny, after eating lunch, I end up working on some YouTube stuff instead of outlining. I hear that. That is normally how I function too. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to write, but then I'll be like, wait, I got so many other things I have to do. YouTube, I love YouTube, but YouTube is such a distraction sometimes. So I actually, I could be vlogging technically. Like I have a vlog ongoing, but I already have like 25 minutes of footage. And I'm like, do I want to actually film myself being on camera, or do I want to just write? So that's kind of what I'm debating. I might still do some B-roll at some point, but right now I'm just focusing on the writing. Adam, researched alchemy. I love it's always a great topic. Not finding a Renaissance era text that matches the story I'm telling. So on a temporary basis, I've made one up. Hey, that's the beauty of being a writer is we could just do what we want sometimes as long as it sounds plausible to our readers. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Aramis. Aramis? Okay. Some people say Aramis. Okay. I'll try to remember the Aramis. Aramis. Okay. Repetition helps. But it's very pretty. I don't know gender, but I like that the name is just very pretty in general. I had a thought of something for a video I wanted to film, so I had to rush and write it down. Yes, that is so true because I've lost so many ideas that I was like, "Oh, this would be really good." And then I had a notebook that, like, had, like, a running log of it, and then I think I know where it is, but when my basement flooded, I was just, like, shoveling things out, and I have so many notebooks, so I don't even know which one it is now, but I'm glad you wrote it down because I do that all the time. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. That's like I said, it's the beauty of it. For me as a reader, as long as you can make something sound like it's legit, I don't tend to nitpick. I'm more strict. I'm not, yeah, more, I was gonna say structured. I'm more strict with my own writing. Like I really try to like make sure it sounds good, but I don't think sometimes readers are going to be as nitpicky. There are definitely people out there though. Well, thank you. I'm so personally like and this is more of like a spelling thing, but like people used to spell my name wrong all the time, my real name, and it used to like make me so mad. So I always try to be as respectful as possible when it comes to pronunciations and spelling because as somebody who has a relatively simple name, like people would always call me the wrong name, would always like spell it wrong. It used to drive me crazy. So I just don't like to do that to other people. Yeah. So I think I caught up on everybody's comments. I literally mid sentence when I stopped there. So I'm gonna actually try to do a word count now, and I'm gonna put my highlight on because I what that was the other thing too. I was rereading a chapter and I only had 2 pages written, so I was going up and adding some more details so I can flow later. So that was another reason why I couldn't really count the words I wrote. But I think at this sprint myself, I'm going to eat a little bit of lunch. I have a poke bowl that I bought last night and then never ate it because I wasn't hungry. So we're gonna eat that now. And I think we should do another 30 minutes and I could get more words done. So we're going to add this back to our stream. Let's see. All right. So I'll put 30 minutes on the clock. Gosh, I can talk. It's been a while since it really hasn't been a super long time since I've streamed, but streaming by myself is so different than when you stream with other people. And I was always like streaming with other people in the past. And this year so far, I've been mostly streaming by myself, and it's really strange. My ex-husband's last name was always getting mispronounced. I don't miss it. I like having my name back. That is totally fair. Um, yeah, have had my I've had a couple different last names, which is like stories, so it's not it's nothing crazy. I've only been married once, and that's my current marriage, but my one name was very generic, and my other name was always mispronounced. So yeah. It was and this is last names, I mean, but yeah, so I could totally understand that. Even on, like, YouTube, Bonomo gets with the U in there, gets always messed up too, so, you know, we just out here having complicated lives with our easy to pronounce names. So, okay, anyway, I will see you guys in the 30. Best of luck this time, and yeah, have fun. Hello, guys. Okay, another 30 minutes down. Man, it is so like I have music on and like my music is turned down low. So then when like the timer goes off, it's just like blasting. And I don't know how to change that, but definitely I'm hearing it. So, anywho, how did everyone do that time? Um, I am officially at 50,000 words. So, woohoo! I'm gonna say it's about halfway to where I want to be as far as like a total. I'm aiming for as the final like what I'd like to query around 100,000 words. That's my goal. And in that time, I spent the first like 15 minutes eating my lunch, and I was just kind of actually because I was like, do I try to write while I'm eating? And I decided not to. So I was watching Murphy Napier interviewed Brandon Sanderson and like had him rank like his books on writing them, like based on if they were fun or a challenge or whatever. And I thought that was pretty cool. So I started watching that. And then once I was done eating, I just jumped right back into my book and I wrote 403 words total for the remaining 15 minutes. So I realized that when I plotted this book, now, okay, so my plotting was like all over the place and not very good. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to spend time like plotting the end of the book. Well, I only plotted till chapter 23, which that's what I'm on right now. So I know where chapter 23 is going to go. And then I have like, I know where the book is going to go. And I have like written down like what needs to happen. But like, yeah, we're kind of like half winging it for the rest of the book as far as like I don't have specific details about what things are going to go on, but yeah, this is just an interesting way of writing. This book has been started since 2020 and like I've had so many months going in between like when I'm picking it back up because of my life. So I will probably never write like this, hopefully ever again. Anyway, how did everyone else do? Let's see. Let's switch my banner. Nope, that's the wrong banner. There we go. Okay. Um thank you. Yes. It's so strange cuz like I started this so long ago and then I did it for NaNoWriMo, but I was working between two different books for the NaNoWriMo I did in 2020 and I got like I wanna say, like, 35,000 in my Project Mermaid, and then I did, like, another 15,000 in the other book, so it seems strange that I'm just getting to 50,000, but I do think it's worth it because I feel like my writing is so much better than when I started writing this book a couple years ago. And yay! Yeah, speaking of outlining, I'm glad that you outlined, and that you are outlining. I think I've learned since I started this book that outlining is a really good method for me, but I did not do that. And clearly, trying to outline a remainder of a book where I'm not sure where it's going did not do me favors because I stopped at chapter 23. It was literally, I outlined 4 chapters, 20 to 23. That was very helpful, past Brie. Aramis went well. Almost done with the first 5 chapters. Integrating feedback and small choices. Awesome. Congratulations. So hopefully with another sprint, if you're sticking around, that will be able to get you finished with those chapters. So I'm going to say hello, but I'm pretty sure, and this could be wrong, but I feel like this is spam because I got a comment last time in my stream about this. And yes, I am an ENFJ though. Oh yeah, I saw that one, Murphy. They really do. I think I only watched like the first 7 minutes. That's all I got through. And they are just so like I think Murphy does a great job at like treating him like a person and not being too starstruck, which is awesome. So, and I know her channel has grown. Like I remember watching her when she was still like under 10,000 and would have never expected her to be like, over 250,000 people. All right. Megan switched to practicing French lessons. Hey, I mean, that's exciting. I took 2 years of French and I would have loved to been able to take more of it. So I really like the French language. That sounds fun. And then Adam got 282 words of the script down. I cracked the code by starting the story. Perfect. Hey, whatever gets you to move on. I did like I don't want to derail this too much, but I did a um it's kind of like Reiki, but it's not Reiki. It's called Lumerian crystal healing, and like you get like all of your chakras aligned and stuff like that, and then talk through it. Um, and the one thing that came up to me was like all of my creativity is being like shut down by myself. Like I am blocking myself and I am letting imposter syndrome win. So I've been trying to tell myself that I'm just gonna do it. Like whatever happens comes out of it. Like there's always time to like tweak things and get better, but hopefully that could pass on to you too. Just get started and hopefully it'll flow. I can't write without outlining. Yeah, I'm learning that. I mean, I can pants, but I am when I like 10 years ago, Brie, when I was writing, I was just a pantser fully. Like there was no outlining and then like it would be such a mess. And now I'm learning as I get older and I'm writing more, outlining is so necessary. And like I said, for Mermaid right now, I have a gist. I just don't have like a definite chapter order because I don't know how many chapters I want to write in this. So it's just kind of like it's definitely like planting right now. Like I have an idea, but I'm kind of going rogue. But I wish I did outline it back in 2020. It would have helped so much. Oh my god, that's amazing. Still in the first chapter, but I admire that because part of the reason I used to think I was gonna write series all the time, and then all of my books so far that I've written are definitely like the query ideal of it is a standalone with series potential because I can't even imagine how much work. Well, I do know I do imagine it because that's why I haven't written anything further, but it is a lot of work to write series and keep everything, um, like, in order, so I am applaud you for having 3 of them written or plotted, I should say. Danny's spending, this whole month outlining several projects so far about, like, chapter 7 novella and a oh my god, you are on a roll. That is, like, so awesome. I've been trying to put off because I'm trying not to keep it the forefront, but I have an idea that I also wanna plot, and it really wouldn't take much time to plot it, but I've been like, "Well, I don't wanna get distracted and then wanna write that," so that's amazing. Let's see. Still need to watch that. It's so far, it's a good one. I'm like I said, I'm only 7 minutes in. Lula, hello, welcome. And yeah, yeah, she's definitely like I remember she was so small when I found her channel, and it is crazy just like how much and even her like you could tell her quality is different too. So it's pretty cool. I don't watch her as frequently as I once did because if I she used to upload quite frequently and I wouldn't always be interested in all the videos, but of course I saw the Sanderson one. I'm like, well, I have to watch that. All right, Alexander, glad you're not spam. I apologize and I hope I didn't offend you. It's just I was having some random like things popping into my streams and they would like give me like one line and then disappear. And the last time that happened was an ENFJ. They're like, "Hey, you're an ENFJ, right?" And then never said anything else the whole stream. So, glad you're not spam. Welcome. Lula, well, I was gonna say I haven't not recognized your name, so thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Glad you're joining. Aramis, I used to pants and never got past the first couple chapters. My output has gone way up. I would agree as well. Not that I would never finish something, but it would take me so much longer, which I think is why it's taking me a little bit longer. Well, twofold. It's taking me a little bit longer with Mermaid because I have put it off because I did an internship and all that stuff last year, but also because getting back into it is a little bit daunting because I'm like, I don't have an exact outline and like there's so much stuff I'm trying to remember and put in, which I think is why having an outline would have been a little bit easier for me. So I hear that. So if I'm drafting, I mean, that's the beauty of drafting is like there's no commitment to like when you're gonna write them. So if you just have like outlines to pull out, like why not? I think that's a great way to do it. Lula, I'm much more a pantser. My instinct is to plot, but then I get much more written when I pants. Plotting is fun, but I burn out. Hey, I was gonna say that's why there's no key to writing for anybody. It's just kind of like what we all do to get where we need to get to. And I relate because that's how I was. But I ended up the very first book I pantsed ended up being over 200,000 words. And there was like 2 to 3 books in one book, and they had like completely different plots. And then like where the book Yeah, it was a mess. I remember printing out that bad boy and it was like 732 pages. So I have learned that pantsing can sometimes make me go rogue even more. Pantsing has worked better on one-act plays and short films. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. And I also think too, I mean, I was gonna say, I can only relate as far as like poetry. Like that's the only thing I write that like I guess you could say I pants. Like I don't really go into writing poetry with like I'm gonna hit these beats or whatever. But poetry is also different, so I don't think it can really count. But I tried. I tried to relate. Lose on chapter 9 of your story. Awesome. Oh, okay, okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that you're a real person. That just makes me feel better. I think it's happening to most people, but like the bots on YouTube and like the very like bad bots have been like creeping up all the time. Knock on wood, they haven't showed up yet here. So I just have to be careful because I'm like, I don't want to like block or like say that you're spam and then not have you be spam. So I'm glad you said that. So my favorite answers. I love their work, but their method would kill me. Yeah, absolutely. I I don't know. I'm just always amazed at how anybody can write things because we're all so different. So whether you pant stuff or you're a super plotter or you're somewhere in between like me, like I don't know. It's just crazy to think that like you have so much going on in this brain and then you're like, let me regurgitate it out and people want to read that. Like basically, I remember the one thing that it was like reading, it was like a meme, but it was like reading is basically like hallucinating while looking at dead trees or something like that. And that's literally what we're like, why do we have these visions and then we're just gonna write it out and then people want to read those visions too? I mean, anyway, that was I swear my brain was like having things go that way, but it's been a while since I've talked to people that aren't my clients. So I go rogue quite often, but I deal with that by cutting stuff. Yeah, and that's kind of what I think too, like moving forward with Mermaid is like it might not be in the final edit of this book, but like as long as I'm getting the story progressed and I know where I'm going, like that's the most important thing to me. And that's what I'm trying to keep telling myself because the reason I don't sit down and write it is because I get so worked up in my head about, oh, I'm gonna like screw this up or it's not gonna be how I want it to be. But that's a great way of looking at it. Bots that want to get to you are going to have to go through me. Yes. Thank you, Adam, for defending me. Yeah, last time I remember Autumn and me thankfully caught it and blocked it, but it was a very aggressive one. It was not nice. And I was very shocked. I'm like, what is going on? So maybe it wasn't a bot, but I just assumed that anybody that's going to be mean is a bot because I'm not mean to you guys. All right. Oh, look at this little sleeping baby. Oh my gosh. Well, on that note, I feel like we should jump into our next sprint. I think I'm definitely gonna do 2 more. We'll see if I'm gonna do more than that. I'm starting to get in a really good flow. The only thing I have tonight is me and my partner are gonna go to dinner, and I don't know when he's gonna wanna go do that. So, that's all. I don't have anything else crazy going on, so I can write quite a lot today. I used an AI to brainstorm ideas, and I chose one and asked for more details. I had the AI tweak it, and so that's what I wanted. And then I thought, "Ooh, that's so cool." I just saw some discourse on using AIs because I think somebody, I don't know if it was Rachel Wrights. I think it was Rachel Wrights did a whole video on like an AI writes like my story or something like that. But I just think that's fascinating on like being able to kind of use that to like supplement like and obviously you're going to create and expand ideas but that sounds very cool. Chat GPT. Okay, I'm gonna probably write that down. Maybe I'll just play with it even for my own video idea one time. So thank you for sharing. All right, well, on that note, are we all good to jump into another 30 minutes or do we want to change the time at all? Do we feel like we like the 30 minutes? Is it working? Do we want to maybe change my timer up? Let's see. Oh, you know what, too? I wonder 30 minutes is good. Okay. I wonder if Writing Violet put any more 30 minutes up. 'Cause I really like her timers, and last time there was like a 33 one, but not an actual just 30-minute one. Let's see. Oh, we have a heart one now. Okay. Excuse me, guys. I have been dealing with a sinus infection, so apologies that I keep coughing or clearing my throat, I guess. Um, yeah, yeah, and like I said, I didn't actually watch Rachel Reich's video, so I don't know if it was similar to what you're saying or if, like, she used the AI to write the story and then tweaked it. I'm not sure, but I think that's a great way to kind of it's very similar to, like, doing what I used to do, like, the prompts wise. We used to use in my writing club pictures. So we would do a picture of something or, like, we would read something else and then, like, start your kind of, what's my brain trying to say? Like, start the story after that. So I would say, like, using an AI for an idea isn't much different than just using inspiration from anything else. So all right, let's do whoops, that was loud. All right, we're gonna do Writing Violet's 30-minute timer. If I can get this to go back into present mode. And then maybe I'll find another cool one after that. There we go. Okay. So we gotta get this nice little ad out of the way, and then we'll jump right in, and then we're gonna see how far I get. Okay. All right, guys. So this does have noise at the end. So just to be aware, it's also abrasive. All right. Good luck. Talk to you in 30. Yep. I told you guys that was abrasive. Oh my god, I forgot every time I have used this one before I remember, and every time I forget that it's like a classroom bell that just wakes everything up. Oh my goodness. So, how do we do for that one, guys? I feel pretty good about it myself. I got 548 words. I think like in some ways it's lower than I would have normally gotten within 30 minutes, but there were a few distractions. I had to make sure that the dogs were okay. I have my door is currently closed, but Aria is like right on the outside, and a couple times I thought she wanted to come in, but I think she was just moving. She's My dog is very weird about doors. Aria does not like doors to be closed in any capacity, but then she won't come in, and I'm like, "Well, I can't let Sookie be out because then she's gonna run downstairs." Anyway, that's my dog mom life right there. So, yeah, I got 548. I did a little bit of quick research here and there just to kind of make sure that I'm flowing with the things that I am putting in this book. And I finished chapter 23. So, yeah, we have, I think chapter 23 is like 2,000 words. I'm not really super into counting the words of the chapters, but I usually try to aim for about 2,000 to 2,500 per chapter. Um, and we're good. So, chapter 24, I think so this is an adult fantasy, dark fantasy romance kind of. I don't know. It's less on the romance, but there is a romance, and I think chapter 24 is probably going to be my one and only spicy scene for this book. I've had hints up to this point, but I think this is where it's going to be dropped in because it's going to solidify for my main character. Like she's going to make a decision after this chapter. And that's going to start to bring us into our act 3. So, we're getting there. So yeah, how'd everyone else do? I'm gonna check in. Let's see. Aramis got chapter 20 or up to chapter 8. Well, I was gonna say 28 because that's what I'm on 20s, but on chapter 8. Congrats. You made some pretty good progress so far. Let's see, Adam, an extra 101 words, but mostly off on a tangent like birthstone charts. Aries equals bloodstone is the fact that I learned today. Oh yes. Um, I mean, that is something I can always fall down a rabbit hole into. Even if I don't retain that knowledge, I'm always fascinated by it. I can't remember. I know Sagittarius has a couple that it's associated with, and I know my birthstone in general is turquoise. That's what I got. So I think we lost quite a few people in after that sprint. I know Danny headed out, which is she's probably gone by now, but it was nice to see her. And at least from my view count, it looks like we dropped quite a few people, which tends to happen. It's the middle of the afternoon now, so I'm sure that people have things that they're going to be doing. Do I have something on my eye? Or is that just I think that's just the reflection. Okay. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe one more sprint. I'm starting to get a little bit unfocused, which tends to happen when I write for a little while. Um, so I feel like if I do any more than one more sprint, I feel like I'm gonna end up tapping out, and there's still a chance that I'll want to come back later and write more. So I think let's do one more after this one. Sagittarius is topaz. I feel like, did I know this? Anything? What is topaz? Okay, I think that makes sense because I know once upon a time somebody gave me a little like Sagittarius like gemstone kit, and I'm pretty sure topaz was one of the ones in there. Sagittarius. Let me see. There's definitely another one. I think. Let's see. Oops. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say amethyst and black obsidian. Those were definitely in so it was topaz, black obsidian, and amethyst was in that little bag. I think there was one more, but I don't know if it was like sodalite or if it was another blue. It's definitely blue. Sagittarius always tends to have blue colors for some reason. Topaz is not blue though. And then Aramis, I used to write mermaids as well. Well, merman, that sounds amazing. I love mermaids. I guess it's hard because like mine is not it my story is more on land. It's a it's I don't want to say it's a retelling, but it's basically as I've been pitching it is The Little Mermaid meets the Hunger Games adult version. So it she is my mermaid is mostly on land and trying to navigate how to kill the land prince because her like she has to basically come drown him in order to secure her throne on the sea. So it is a mermaid story, but it definitely like isn't a full under the sea adventure. And I hoping because I know that for whatever reason, even though I love mermaids, nobody likes to buy them as far as publishing goes. So even if this isn't going to be like my debut novel, I am so happy to write it because I love this story and I think at some point one day the market will accept it either way. But I the only merman story I know is by Zoraida Cordova, and that is not going to be able to find it. It's somewhere in here, but it's The Vicious Deep. And I that is still on my list. I tend to like buy books that I want to read that will inspire me. And then I'm like, well, I can't read them at the same time now because then I don't want it to like bleed over or affect anything. But The Vicious Deep is young adult, so my book's adult. It probably wouldn't bleed over too much. But I don't know. Anyway, this tangent is here to say I love mermaids and mer stories and mermen and merfolk. So give me all of them. Alrighty. So, okay. Like I said, I think this is gonna be our final sprint for today. Just so you guys know too, I am actually gonna be streaming again on Monday. Monday is President's Day in America, and my day job, I am technically working, but I'm working from home and I don't have a ton of work to do. So if anyone's interested, I'll be streaming 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday morning. So I'm excited to get more words in that day. Mine was Little Mermaid meets the Odyssey. Make it gay and very steamy. I am obsessed already. I love it. I also love that we both had like Little Mermaid meets something else. That sounds amazing. And I like gay and steamy all the time. Mine is so my main character is definitely like it is a male female romance, but I do have hints of um queerness throughout the book, and at one point it is pretty much said that like polyamory and like things like that are very accepted under the sea. So I love like I this is like one of my first romances where the main well, I don't want to say my main character is straight, but that's not a question to her. Like she just does whatever she wants, and she just so happens to be falling in love with the person she's supposed to be killing. So whatever your focus will be helped by. Yes. Yes, all the mermaids. Thank you, thank you. And yes, yeah, all of my books are queer. Pretty much it's a standard given in some way. Um, the only one that I would say wasn't would have been initially my very first book that I wrote. But there was still queerness within that. It was just kind of being explored at that time. So yeah, since then all of mine are queer in some way. All right. So, all right, before I keep saying all right, I got to stop doing that. I am going to pull up another timer. I think I'm only going to do like a 20 or 25-minute one this time just to try to not go over like to go much longer cuz like I said I'm my brain is getting a little foggy now as I keep going with this. So let's see. Are we in a queer? Oh, you know what? Let's do the duck one. I think that's going to be fun. So, Writing Violet has a duck/snake timer, and it's called the duck timer. So I think we definitely need to do that one. Okay. All right. I love this. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and do 22. This is going to be the final sprint. I will put up my banner so that everybody knows in case anyone's popping in. And like I said, guys, if you want more sprints today, I cannot help you, but on Monday morning I will be back. So with that noted, let's just start and get as many words as we can. All right. Good luck, friends. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I forget how loud they are. All right. So, guys, that was our last sprint. Um, thank you so much for joining us. How did everyone do for that last one? Let's see. It's kind of funny because I started writing and I realized that I was actually jumping the gun. I'm like, wait, this can't happen yet. They have to have a conversation before something happens. So I feel like I definitely came back into it, but the tease was there, which I think will be nice. So overall for that 22 minutes, I got 369 words. Which I feel good. That's the start of my chapter 24, and I like I said, I know where this chapter is going to go now, so I'm excited to see where this plays out, and I might try to finish this today as well. But yeah, let's see. Grayson came in right near the end. Hi, Grayson. I'm sorry that you won't be having more sprints with me today, but I did pin in the comments the link to my Monday stream if anyone's going to be around and would like to join me. That's at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Adam finished the scene. Yes, first scene done. And that was really quick. I agree. And it's so strange because it really was only 8 minutes of a difference from the 30 minutes, but oh my God, it went by so much faster, I feel like, than normal. Um, let's see. Ramis, well, just a thank you. Absolutely. I'm so glad you were able to join and welcome to my channel again. Hope you stick around and hopefully I will see you again. Grayson was able to make vegan chicken nuggets and french fries. The Impossible Nuggets are good. Ooh, I might have to try them. I was a vegetarian a long time ago, and I remember the chicken nuggets that I used to get weren't really great. So since then, I do eat meat again now, but I just remember a lot of the vegetarian and vegan food was not good. 10 years ago, it was not a good time, but I might have to try them. I don't like the Impossible Burgers. I don't like the burger taste. I would much rather have a veggie burger or a black bean burger. So maybe the nuggets would be better because the old Morningstar ones were not good in my opinion. Yes, I would love to have you again. So it's going to be 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm on the East Coast of the United States and just good old 10 a.m. I don't know how long I'm going to go for that time. It might be again like a 2 to 3 hour sprint, but that's also going to depend on work. I don't anticipate having any work phone calls or stuff like that, but should I need to respond to stuff, I might go a little bit quicker than I did today. So we'll see. But yeah, 10 a.m. Link is in the comments if you guys want to go ahead and click that. It's this one right here. Um, you can just turn on notifications if you want, or obviously if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe and then sometimes it'll notify you that I'm live. So yeah, well, I feel like this is definitely so productive. I've written without a doubt over 1,000 words today and I finished a chapter, which is great. So I feel good about where I'm stopping today. This little nugget. Oh, let me move my comment real quick. The sleepy little baby. She's just moved positions, but she's mostly been sleeping this entire time. So she's resting and recovering very well. And yeah, I don't really have anything else, guys. I just appreciate that whoever showed up and stayed. This was great. I'm so happy to be able to sprint sometimes and get to just through my book. And yeah, if you guys are interested in continuing following me, I should be having a vlog coming up on Wednesday as well. So Wednesday or Friday, it might be more Friday, but I'll have that posted. And if I can see you guys Monday, I'll see you then. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, you're on my channel. I'm Brie Bonomo. Thanks for coming. I'm not going to make this too much more awkward. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.